Hello, welcome to Community Viewpoint. I'm your host for this segment, Maria Guerra. And last week, we had the wonderful pleasure of being joined by Mr. Chuck Sartery, and this week we have the pleasure of being joined by him again. I'm so excited that he wanted to stay and do a second segment because we really touched on some important things last week, and really the blood, sweat, and tears of what it is to be an artist, a musician, writer, and really just everyday living. I mean, so many people go through this whole range and gamut of emotions in everyday life with a work schedule. And I know that a lot of artists especially have this, and that's where beautiful art is created, from fear, darkness, depression, joy, and pain. And so I just kind of wanted to kind of recap on that and kind of go into that, because I thought it was really, I thought, like, this is important stuff. So I'm so happy. Thank you so much for staying to like
Thank you
talk
for
to me
having
about
Let
this.
me talk.
No, I really think that that people in general, I think that we need to hear this stuff.
Yeah.
We need to hear it because so many people get to that point and don't recognize it.
Yeah.
So last week you had mentioned going through your art and going through, your work. When you get depressed, like, it gets so dark.
Yeah.
So kind of tell me a little bit about that, and then what you do. So let's talk about it first, and then tell me how you go through it.
Yeah. Well, first, it's just the depression that comes with it. Because at one point, I was really obsessed. Like, this has been my obsession for about 10 years of trying to be famous and trying to put on this, make this brand and make it all coincide. But with that comes with, you got to have familiarity, you got to have consistency, you got to have, the ability to appeal to the masses. Mm-hmm. And it just gets very stressful.
So much pressure.
Yeah, so much.
So much pressure
But
on yourself.
honestly, lately I've reached a point of happiness where I stopped caring about fame and I stopped caring about the obsession. And I took the knowledge that I got from the obsession and now I'm putting them tools to work. But now things are starting to happen now that I'm letting it happen organically, and I'm not stressing it. I'm not worried too much about, I worry about my brand and how it's perceived, but it's not on the level that I once was. And it's really, when it happens organically, I think that's when things start to happen. And I try to express that to younger artists that are stressing about the same stuff, and try to give them some pointers, but it's really, you kind of got to learn it on your own. But some people don't make it, and some people do commit suicide. Some people do give up their whole careers and waste the last 10 years. And it's kind of sad to see, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what brought you back from those thoughts and feelings? Like, what is something? We're going to show the National Suicide Hotline on here, and what is something that brought you out? Because I know it's probably different for everybody, but it's probably the same. Some of it's the same, and I know that the stress that people put on themselves can be very, very heavy.
Yeah. What brought me out really was sobriety and confidence in my work, knowing that I do provide quality content and that I do have the ability to put on good shows, which I've known I could. It's just my fear was holding me back. So I kind of dropped the fear, I dropped the ego, I dropped just all negativity. And now it's just all about positive vibes everywhere I go. Anybody I work with has got to be a positive person, or I don't want to be around any type of negativity. And that's pretty much it.
Just learning to let go of that,
Yeah.
and just let things happen organically, and just surrounding yourself. I think that's what happens. I think, like, even like as parents, that's why we want our kids to be around positive people, because the crowds, I've heard it, many more times than I would probably have liked to hear. My kids were around the wrong type of people, and some of those times, sometimes the wrong type of people need help too. So I think when you remove yourself, it's been my experience too, years ago, you remove yourself out of that situation, And those people start to see that you're setting boundaries and wanting something more, and it inspires them to do the same thing.
And that's what I try to do, is just inspire everywhere I go. You know, I just want to be that light in the room to inspire people. And that's another thing I've been doing a lot lately, is not bragging about how good I am at what I do, but inspiring or telling people that are around me how good they are. And that really makes for a better environment where we're all good at what we do. And it made my team really good, and now we're making things happen better than we ever have.
That's awesome. I think just uplifting each other and empowering each other, that's super important. And I think we talked a little bit about it on the last show, but bringing the love back to this whole nation. And I think that's one thing I think, I mean, I think you agree that I think if we just live our everyday lives to lift each other up instead of worrying about, you know, why somebody else is wrong, or why somebody else, I think that clouds our life, and we only get to be here one time. And so I love what you said about just lifting each other up and like being that positive light. And I know that I've seen like little quotes before, you know, like a smile is like the best thing you can give to somebody, and you know, they'll give it back. And I've always believed that too. And so I think another thing that you said was you also learned from along the way, and you took those lessons and turned them into tools.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was like, that's really inspiring, right? Just right there.
And it's something that you don't know until you know. And like, my older homies used to preach this stuff to me when I was younger, but I was just ignorant perhaps, and I really didn't know it. But now I'm starting to get it, and I'm trying to teach it to the people younger than me in a different way than I was taught, to maybe get through to them. But it might be one of those things that you just got to learn the hard way or learn your way. And it's up to the person, I guess.
But it's nice that you're passing that on. So you recognize, like, hey, maybe I just didn't hear it back then, but I remember it. I hear it now, and now you're gonna just continue on that work.
I'm thinking, instead of telling them, I'm gonna show them what I could do. You know? And trying to be like a good role model for my friends, my younger friends that are actually really talented. And one of them, he's actually got a single dropping tomorrow. He's amazing. He's going to be a star. I could see it already. He doesn't see it in himself yet, but his skills are amazing. His music's amazing. And yeah, he's going to blow up. I know for a fact he is.
Nice. Well, we're going to have to get him on the show.
Yeah, we'll have to fly him in from LA though.
Oh, LA's not that far.
No, yeah, he'd be down for it. He would totally be down for it.
It only takes 6 hours. Or actually, well, the way I drive it takes 6 hours. The way my mom drives, maybe 4.5. But you know, hopefully nobody's listening to that, because she doesn't need another ticket. So.
But yeah, he would totally be down. And it just, I don't know, I just love to see people do what they love. And if they're going to make a living off it, that's even better. That's the best. And that's the goal for all our artists. Like when I was younger, I would always hope to blow up. But no, I just want to make a living off of it. You know, and be able to create every single day and do what I love. And that's all I need. I don't need a lot of money.
It's always nice, like, when anybody can do a job that they love and just be happy in their career. And just kind of touching back on what we talked about last week with just sharing with people. Like, I've always admired artists and musicians, because it's so, to me, I'm like in awe of it. Because I mean, I can, you know, I could like draw basic stuff, but I'm definitely like not, and I'm a writer, but I can't like play a musical instrument. I
well,
can't
it's just
do
time.
like,
Anybody can
a big
do it.
art, you know, like but there's definitely just those special people when you see, and when I see your art, I love the one with the bird. It's my,
that's
my
called
favorite.
The Collapse of Capitalism, with the grenade innards, with the bird skeleton.
Well, that
with the grenade.
one, yes.
Yeah,
and then on the board.
Oh, that's actually faux wood. I paint that. That's with the sponge brush and just some solid one strokes. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love that. Like,
Thank
when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this is rad."
Yeah, everybody
Super
always
rad.
thinks it's on a wood plank or something, but no, that's painted.
It's
Yeah,
super
it's
rad.
on a canvas.
I love it. That's on a canvas?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So the wood is all fake wood.
All right, I think I just touched my mic and just messed it up. Sorry, Ubaldo.
Drop
Thank
the
you.
mic.
Thank you to Ubaldo in the booth again. So yeah, I just think like I've always been in awe of that. So I just want to convey, just me personally, like to the viewers, that this is hard. It's hard work, and it's work. It's work. And so just, your artist friends and